The first observation is that a traffic is one system with elements that are challenging each other. The driving force for the system behavior, the entire system, is the financial flight efficiency, where separate, which I didn't say today, separate airlines compete with each other. So the statistical costs of the flights will be the result of individual endeavors and not agreement among the airlines. They work on a competitive market. The uncertainties of the system elements and interfaces of the elements, mostly aircraft and aircraft operators, and of the environment the system is working, are driving to the necessity to building buffers or flexible interfaces among the systems, like between aircraft operators and ATM. And ATM, as the element of the entire system, has the flexibility built in by nature, taking at least separations that are nothing else but safety buffers. If the separations are infringed, we haven't, as we say this in ASP's metal conflict, there is investigation, but this is infringing the buffer. Safety and variability management are to a certain extent attributes of air traffic control. They are not purpose, they are not aim. We cannot manage safety. We can manage people who are doing the work. But the work is attributed by safety, of course by nature, and by managing instabilities. And those buffers need to stay here. They all need to be observed at any changes in order not to minimize them too much. For instance, driving to cost reduction, because we can have the cost increase. Another element is standardization. Through various panels, we had words and observations of the need to standardize, for instance, information exchange, like the reasons for delays, or fleet, to standardize the behavior of the fleet in the air traffic system, or of course licensing to ease the cross-border sector management. Taking the information standards, we should strive for a safe regulation of the entire system. The safe regulation from the automation viewpoint is observation of deviation from optimum. We cannot aim at zeroing the deviations, because deviations are to be observed and to be self-regulating the system. We also learned that tendency to cancel deviations may be extremely costly. And this aim should be in a long scale. This is a long scale effect, long time effect. We shouldn't be focused on short term. The next observation is that we have two competing approaches. We are now entering the possible future. We could see local and short-term control parameters of this entire ATM system. For instance, dynamic sectoring is one of the ways to tackle the changing environment. Occupancy time for managing the sector's throughput on purpose. I'm not using the word capacity, because through traffic counts, through occupancy, we are managing the throughput in a very dynamic way. And the other approach is network-wide, where we are speaking of minimizing the network cost, including the hourly capacity contract between ASPs and the network manager. This was already presented once at the network management board, I must admit that this was not very much welcome by airlines in this piece, taking at least into account that those are states who are accountable for the performance, and network-wide minimum cost is not necessarily local minimum cost. So if taking this model into consideration, also the revision of the performance regulation is required. The next observation, the one before the last, is that we need some more in-depth studies. We had a presentation of results of statistical studies by Orlo Migracja, interdependencies among various parameters, characteristic of dynamics in ATM. It was a sample of individual parameters, expressed also that this is mostly oriented on cost efficiency KPI. If we want to use this as a repetitive tool for observing the impact of volatility on the performance parameters, we should deepen this study, taking bunches of interrelated parameters as well. The next study was dynamic sectors study, which is one of the possible directions for the future, with one remark that was raised by Newark, that this requires practical verification. That requires battlefield verification because the test benches do not catch everything. And if I may have a request to the closing panel, consider how we are proceed, how we should take and use the knowledge that we shared among us during the last 2 days. One of the ways that is apparent taking in which moment in time we are is common preparation of the comments in the period that we are right now entering, when the new regulations for charging and performance have been presented, when we have started the preparation of the new targets EU-wide. However, targets are of less link with the volatility, rather the way of coping them. The regulations that are now entering the consultancy period. So this is something that I would propose the final panel to take into consideration to discuss at the end of the session. Thank you very much for giving me time for the wrap-up, and hope that the final panel will at least share part of the observations. Thank you. The floor is yours.